All my exes die after we break up. The Curse of Hollyeve. Eric, Part 2. Written by Reddit user JamesGum724. Eric lived in downtown LA. He was a failed actor pushing 40 and somehow an eternal optimist. Hollyeve showed up in Eric's class in 6th grade, a mysterious new kid that caught the eye of the self-described shy loner.
She was a manic pixie dream girl before that was even a thing. She was this little Zoe Deschanel plopped down into my rural southern Oregon hometown, sitting there in a flowered dress, long black hair, and big eyes. Sad eyes. I'll always remember the saddest eyes I've ever seen.
Eric drank $15 craft cocktails as he told the story like they were the oxygen he needed to stay alive, and his eyes floated around the bar like a madman's. He was either crazy, or Hollyeve had ruined him over the years.
First girl I was ever brave enough to talk to. I think because I could tell she was a little weirdo, just like me. I talked to her slowly and eventually asked her to be my girlfriend in the library. No one else seemed to want to talk to the kids who were reading sci-fi books and faking injuries to get out of PE.
Eric went on. Eric and Hollyeve started a little 6th grade love for the ages. A lot of hand-holding, some kisses and some sweet notes, but that was it. She didn't talk much or seem to really have much of an opinion on or memory about anything. She kind of just listened to him most of the time.
I was definitely the typical 90s problematic male, mansplaining everything, talking endlessly about The Simpsons, Star Wars, Stephen King, video games, Monty Python, Weezer, and all this typical nerd boy stuff. I should have known something was up when she kept listening to my shit, really.
Eric rambled. There was another odd thing about this young romance with Hollyeve. When people weren't looking, she got aggressive.
If no one was around and we were kissing, she would bite my lip, draw blood. She would slap me out of nowhere. I don't know. I kind of just thought, hey, I guess this is an adult relationship. I guess it explains a lot why I can't keep one now.
Eric's demeanor started to change. He started to get a bit wispy and nostalgic.
It was the best thing I ever had. I know we were young, and I probably sound psychotic saying this, but I never felt like we had a connection I've never had with other girls. I know I shouldn't, but I almost missed it.
I wanted to know where Eric's story went from here, and was tired of hearing about his longings for whatever cursed little romance he had with Hollyeve. Every girl he ever dated after Hollyeve slowly turned abusive on him, all the way from middle school up until his mid-20s. Verbal, mental, physical, he got it all. Every kind of girl too. Even if they seemed like the sweetest thing, eventually they would turn. He would even check in with other ex-boyfriends of the girls, and they would all swear the girls never got like that with them. It was just him. Eric explained he thought the problem may have been that he was drawn to women who looked like Hollyeve. Pale, long dark hair, big sad eyes, detached demeanor. He thought that maybe if he found the opposite, it would help. And he thought he had solved the curse. He didn't. I'll let Eric share the story in his own words from my recording.
Her name was Jordan. She looked nothing like Hollyeve. Short, tan, blonde, bubbly, full of life, natural smile. We met on an app. It took a year of me avoiding girls like Hollyeve. I swear, it was like they were drawn to me. I'd constantly get likes from girls who were way out of my league, but they were just exactly like Hollyeve. Jordan and I were perfect. She liked the same weird shit I did. Was like an extroverted introvert, which is like so hard to find in LA. You mostly get one or the other. Things moved quickly because of all of that. We were basically living together within a month. Happiest I've ever been. This nice, hot, positive girl is just hanging out at my shitty apartment all the time. Sorry, I struggle to even talk about her without feeling like I couldn't have saved it. But after like 3 months, I'm thinking about marriage. Don't say that. Obviously, but it's in my head. Like how a girl thinks about her first name sounds with her new guy's last name. So quick. That was me. I kept waiting for it to turn. I kept waiting to meet up with her at her place and have her throw a glass at me or scratch my neck for no reason. But it just never happened. We went on our first trip, a road trip weekend up in Big Sur. I splurged. Got this big cabin up above the rocks. The first night starts great. Good dinner, good wine, good scenery. Good sex. I fell asleep without even realizing it. I wake up in the middle of the night. She wasn't there. I look all over the house and can't find her. I start to panic. I walk out onto the deck and look down at the rocks and rough water below. I wonder for a minute if she jumped. I turned and saw her on the roof, standing up there in the moonlight. I was relieved until I saw the noose in her grasp. She started slowly walking towards me on the roof, getting right to the edge, getting me to shut up. "Please, Jordan," I pleaded one more time as she stopped on the edge of the roof. "This rope isn't for me, it's for you," Jordan said so flat I almost didn't register what she said. "What?" I asked and stepped forward. Jordan jumped off the 10-foot roof without hesitation, her feet landing right on my chest. She caught me off guard and was able to pin me down in just a few seconds. She slipped the noose on my neck before I could do anything. I tried to fight. I'm not the biggest or strongest guy, and she got the jump on me. She dragged me off the deck in the blink of an eye and got the noose around my neck. I was suddenly hanging hundreds of feet above jagged rocks, the noose around my neck. I looked up and saw Jordan above me for 1 second as I felt the noose tighten around my neck. There was no sorry in her eyes, just rage. She walked away, leaving me there, hanging. Luckily, I had grabbed the inside of the noose before I dropped and was able to wedge my hand in there enough to where I could keep it from choking me for a while. But I would eventually run out of energy. I heard the sound of my car driving away. Jordan had left me there for dead. My only hope was a light I saw off in the distance. There must have been another house nearby. I screamed for my life, straight for a good 5 minutes. I heard a car pull up in front of the cabin. I wondered if Jordan was coming back to finish me off. I was relieved when I saw a man arrive. He saved my life.
Eric was shook up. He said he needed another drink and a half before he went on. He explained Jordan connected with him the next morning, apoplectic and apologetic. She wondered if he was going to tell the police. She said she deserved to go to jail. She didn't know what happened. It was like something else possessed her the night before and did everything, and she could only watch. Eric didn't turn her in. He'd been through this before. It wasn't her fault. They just wouldn't see each other anymore. Eric gave up dating at that point. No more apps, nothing. He had to be celibate. He explained the worst part was the more he fought it, the more Hollyeve's curse tried to pull him in. The more women hit on him. The more beautiful women hit on him. Eric and I shared some more drinks before I was nearly blacked out and had to excuse myself. Any doubt I had about if Eric was telling the truth vanished when I saw him getting into his car in the parking lot. I watched a sultry, dark-haired LA beauty, easily could have been a model or actress, walk up to the awkward and out-of-shape gargoyle that was Eric as he got into his car in the parking lot. She was throwing serious flirtations at him. He smiled politely and drove away. I watched the woman walk past me as she left the lot. Her eyes were as black as oil. For part 4, look for the link in the description. Eric was performed by Phoenix Fire. For more from Phoenix, head on over to his channel, PhoenixFire_YT, or for his sleep channel, head on over to BackToAshes_YT. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe, comment, share and like, and press the bell to get notifications when new videos are uploaded. If you have a story that you want Jimmy Horrors to read, send it to jimmyhorrorsnarrations@gmail.com. Until next time, stay horrific, everyone.